Hi everyone, it's Officer Best.
And Officer Potak.
You see we're on location again at Sheckler Elementary School. So you can't be here, teachers can't be here, but we're here to remind you that soon enough we'll be welcoming you back when all this COVID-19 is done. We're looking forward to having you. We both miss you, your teachers miss you, and I know your parents miss you not being in school. So one thing I wanted to do, today's book reading is going to be kind of a special one. This is Autism Awareness Month, and April is a pretty special month for autism awareness. So today we have a special book at the request of a parent who had sent us some information through our Facebook page. So today's book is going to be called My Brother is Autistic.
And this book may be able to help some of you brothers or sisters if you do have an autistic brother or sister at home.
Or for those of you that go to school with students that attend the Sheckler Elementary School, the middle school, the high school, who are autistic. This may give you some insight as to some of their behaviors and some of the reasons why they do the things that they do and behave the way that they do. Like yesterday at school, we were sitting in the cafeteria eating lunch together, and Billy had just finished lining up his cookies in a straight line, the way he always does before he eats them, and one of the kids at the table asked Billy if he could have a cookie. Billy ignored him and kept admiring his row of cookies. So the boy asked again. This time Billy repeated the boy's question, and the boy thought Billy was making fun of him, so he leaned over and grabbed one of Billy's cookies. And that's when it happened.
Cancer, low-grade fever, swelling in the arms and legs. 1628 North 28th Street.
Billy got mad. He squinted his eyes, started flapping his hands in the air, and squealed really loud. Then he stood up, flipped over his lunch tray, and kept flapping his arms. Billy shrieked so loud that everybody had to cover their ears, and everybody knew that he was my brother. I was so embarrassed that instead of trying to calm him down, I ran out of the cafeteria as fast as I could and left Billy with all that mess that he had made. I kept running until I was stopped in the hall by my teacher, Mrs. Smitty. I told Mrs. Smitty what had happened and how everybody, especially the kids in my class, were staring and pointing at Billy, and how some were even laughing at him. I knew that the kid wasn't trying to be mean when he took Billy's cookie. He just didn't understand that Billy likes things to be the same, and that includes the way he lines his cookies in a row before he eats them. Whenever things change too quickly, Billy will do certain things over and over again, like flapping his arms or rocking back and forth to help him feel better. Maybe if the kid knew more about autism, he wouldn't have taken one of Billy's cookies. He would have known how important it is for Billy to do things always the same way. I told my teacher that I wished more kids understood autism, because if they did, then maybe they'd give kids like Billy a chance. Mrs. Smitty told me that there are many scientists trying to figure out what causes autism, but nobody knows for sure yet. Some people think that autism may run in families, while others believe that kids with autism have special allergies and sensitivities that make them think and behave differently. The brains of autistic children do work differently from other people's brains. Autism can't be cured, and that's why everybody in the family has to learn to share the problem. Mrs. Smitty said that teasing and making fun of Billy was bad, and that we should help the other kids understand. Then Mrs. Smitty said she had an idea, and she hurried down to her classroom. When the bell rang and it was time to go back to class, I got a little scared about seeing the other kids. I didn't want them to start making jokes about Billy like they did before. But when I walked into my class, Mrs. Smitty and a few of the other kids were busy taping a whole bunch of pictures to the board, so nobody noticed me when I came in and sat down. I'm interested to see what this idea is.
3624.
All of the pictures were of different people, young and old, doing different things. One picture was of a young man playing the piano, and another was of a girl playing tennis. There was even a picture of an old man painting a portrait of a beautiful lady. The picture I liked the best was of a boy named Jason McElwain, who made the winning basket for our basketball team. He looked so happy. All of these people were doing things they liked, and they were good at doing them, and all of these people had autism. Wow, it was hard to believe it, but it was true. Even though all these people had autism, they all found something that they were really, really good at. Billy's really good at playing the drums, so maybe when he grows up, he'll play in a band, and being his brother, he'll give me front row tickets to watch him play. That would be so cool. Mrs. Smitty talked a lot about what it meant to have autism. She said that some autistic kids might have trouble doing what their teacher or parents ask them to do, and other kids might get frustrated and upset really quick when something changes, just like Billy's roll of cookies. Most kids with autism like to do things alone, and because they have trouble starting a conversation with others, it's not always easy for them to make friends. Others have trouble learning things like reading and writing and math. Billy needs some extra help, so he has a special teacher who stays with him in class and helps him when he needs it. When the class was over and the kids all left, I thanked Mrs. Smitty for what she had done. Not only did she make it clear that Billy has the right to be himself, a kid with autism, but she also made it okay for me to be his brother without feeling embarrassed. I'll never leave Billy alone again, and next time Billy gets mad or is chattering to himself, I hope the other kids will remember that Billy has autism and that it's okay.
That sounds like a really good brother right there.
Going back home with Billy, I realized that now I saw him not only for who he is, but for who he could become. I told Billy that I was sorry for leaving him all alone in the cafeteria, and I promised that no matter what, I would never do that again. Billy smiled, touched my shoulder, and said, "Tag, you're it!" and then ran away. Just like always, I counted to 10 before I started chasing him, and just like always, Billy ran as fast as he could all the way home. So, this is a pretty special book. My brother has autism. Some of you may or may not have brothers. Some of you may or may not have siblings at all. I'm an only child. But it's important to understand autism, and and for parents as well to understand this. And I want to just tell you this. Parents of autistic children, y'all are really special people. Never give up hope. Keep doing your parenting because it will pay off. I guarantee you it will pay off. Here's a list of some people. I did some research, and there's some people out there, some of you may not have heard these names, but all these people I'm going to mention to you are autistic. Dan Aykroyd, famous comedic actor, is autistic. Charles Darwin, who developed the theory of evolution, he was a scientist, he's autistic. Albert Einstein, a physicist, was autistic. Bill Gates, the Microsoft genius, is autistic. Actress Daryl Hannah, who was in the movie Splash, is autistic. Steve Jobs, the former CEO of Apple, another gazillionaire, is autistic. And somebody that I didn't know, but after I saw this it made sense, was Stanley Kubrick, film director. He directed films like Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange, and Dr. Strangelove. He has a little bit offbeat with his films, but a wonderful director. All these people I've mentioned to you have achieved the ultimate in success in their field, and they're all autistic. So please, parents, hang in there. You're just as special as your children are. And Officer Potak and I want to let you know that if there's anything that we can do at our schools to make it better, safer, whatever we can do, reach out to us, and we'll make sure that we spend some time with your children if they're here at Sheckler, the middle school, or the high school. So once again, My Brother is Autistic is our book for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep watching us, and remember, most of all, wash your hands.
Bye, guys.